I'm good.
Awesome. So, you know me, I'm Miss Jill, your librarian.
Yeah.
And the whole reason I'm calling you in here today is because my philosophy is that if I really get to know you and like what you like and what you don't like and your interests, I'll be able to do a whole lot better job of being your librarian and hopefully making you those right connections with books. So, tell me, like, if you were going to tell me, like, what somebody needs to know about you, to know who you are and what you're about, what would you tell them?
I'd probably say that I'm passionate about a lot of things. Like, I play basketball.
Awesome.
I have strong opinions about like equality, and I don't know. I love animals.
Awesome. So tell me your strong opinions about equality. I want to hear them because like that's exciting to me that a young person is coming in really passionate.
Well, I feel like everybody deserves a right to be like equal with everybody for every reason. Like,
right?
Doesn't matter if you're what race you are, what gender, what sexuality. It's
awesome.
Like everybody deserves the chance to be equal.
Awesome.
I like with my aunt and my cousins. We always go to like women marches and.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
You're my shiro. You're totally my shiro of the day. Awesome. Okay, so that's really great, valuable information to know, and like I'm totally impressed. So, anything else like that you would want to tell me about you that?
I'm not too sure. I mean,
it's okay.
I love animals.
All
I
right.
think I already said that.
Yep.
But
and what about, do you have any particular animals that you like more than other kinds of animals, or?
Not really. I mean, I like them all.
Okay.
I want to be a vet one day.
Oh, how cool.
I just want to help them all.
Awesome. All right. And then, what do you do for fun?
I read.
Okay.
I really do.
That's wonderful.
I dance.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll go on a run.
Okay.
And then other times I'll just like watch TV or something.
Very awesome. So tell me about your TV shows that you like. What are your favorites?
I like something called Pretty Little Liars.
Okay. What do you like about Pretty Little Liars?
I like the story. Like there's a lot of seasons, so it's like an ongoing story. It's
right.
Like it's not like too cliche. And
right.
The acting I think is good.
Right.
And I don't know, it's just interesting.
Yeah, I really, like, don't tell anybody, but I really like the Pretty Little Liar books, so.
Oh, yeah, I was going to read them, but I couldn't find them. Are they here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We have them here. Another thing is, if you ever, like, are looking for something in the library and you don't think we have them, you know I'm always willing to buy anything you request of me so long as it won't get me fired. So basically what that means is it has to have 2 positive reviews out there, but most of the time I am able to do student purchases. So if you ever run across something and you're like, I really wish we had this, I'm here for you. The money I have is here for you and you know the other students. So don't ever like be intimidated by asking.
Okay.
Okay, so Pretty Little Liars, and then any other TV shows that you love?
Riverdale.
Okay, I don't know Riverdale. Tell me about it.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Okay.
There's like it's based off of the Archie comics.
Okay.
And it's more like a mystery version.
Okay.
And they're like they try to solve murders and like just. Yeah.
But is it like comic or is it?
It's acting.
Acting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What do you on Netflix or?
I mean, it's not a Netflix original, but they do put it on Netflix. It's on the CW.
Okay, I'm totally gonna check it out.
You should.
I'm gonna
really
do that.
Good.
Hold on, I'm gonna write that down on my little note list because Riverdale. All right, to-do list. All right, awesome. So, any movies that you're particularly fond of?
I love The Hunger Games.
Okay, what about The Hunger Games?
Well, I read the books, so of course I'm going to watch the movies.
Right.
And I love Jennifer Lawrence. Even before The Hunger Games, I loved her.
Okay.
And
oh, God.
No, sorry.
No, what other?
I love the like intensity in it, and I think they did well like following the book.
So I was going to ask you, do you like the book or the movies better? And be honest, you do like the book?
Yeah, I do like the books.
The only exception in my like reading history, I always liked the book better, except I actually did like the Hunger Games movies better, which I was really shocked by. Yeah, it's like, yeah, so that's, but I loved Hunger Games. Any other movies that you're particularly super fond of?
I liked I like Bird Box that just came out because I read the book too.
Right.
Basically, any movie that's like based off of a book that I've read, I love.
Okay.
So
you like the TV to film thing. So like, have you read Simon versus the Homo sapiens?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna recommend that to you too because there is a very strong GLBT theme that runs through it, and they've made a movie out of it already. Yes, and then there's a sequel to it called Leah on the Offbeat, and so that is also a GLBT themed book. So I think you'll like it from kind of a double point of view. It's a funny book. There's good high school drama in it. And also, there's the social activism part of it that I think you'll appreciate in both of those books. Now, Leah on the Offbeat hasn't been turned into a movie yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Just so you know, though, the movie title is called Love, Simon. So when you go... Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a book.
Oh.
Do you ever read them backwards? Or no?
No,
Like, once you see the movie, it's kind of right.
book.
Yeah, it's called Simon versus the Homo sapiens, so.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I watched that movie. I loved that movie.
Okay, cool. And then, what about Perks of Being a Wallflower? Have you...
I've watched the movie, but it was like a long time ago.
Okay, and have you read the book?
No.
That's a really good book, too. I mean, I don't know, you may not want to go back. Do you want to read a book that you've already seen the movie?
I mean, yeah, I've done that before.
Okay, so Perks of Being a Wallflower is, I think, excellent. It's a coming-of-age story. I'm going to cheat for just a second because it's been a really long time since I read it, so I'm going to cheat and look up like what the blurb on the back of the book says. But one thing I remember really liking about it when I read it was also there were GLBT like equality themes in there too. So and then while you're reading this like little blurb, I'm going to be looking to see. Sorry, I got excited. I'll tell you in a minute.
I think it says to click.
Oh, yep. It does. There you go.
Oh yeah, sounds interesting.
Yeah, it really is. It's a really good coming-of-age story. It's thoughtful. You know, it's not just a book. And then so there's Perks of Being a Wallflower, and then another one, it's not on this list, but what immediately comes to my mind for you is a book called The Hate You Give. Have you seen that movie?
No, but I've been dying to see it.
Okay, number one book you need to read is The Hate You Give. And the reason like that's a really great book for you is, first of all, it's just a great book, but it really does a good job of telling, you know, the story of a young African male that is shot by the police. And what's so great about it is that it really talks about the situation from different communities, because the girl that's in the book, that the point of view the book is told from, she is African American and she lives in a predominantly African American community, but she goes to like an elite private school. So you're getting to see the way that the two of the different parts of the same community are dealing with the same tragedy. So I think that's really insightful. If you like that book, there's some others that I want to recommend after it. Dear Martin is an excellent book. There's not a movie to go with it yet. I don't know if there will be. And also Tyler Johnson Was Here and All American Boys. All of those books are dealing with I mean, it's not the same story, but you know, it starts among the premise of a young African American either being harassed or killed by the police, which is, you know, something that we hear about in the news all the time. So I learned a lot from each one of those books. So, like, to me, the quality of a good book is something I can walk away and I've learned and grown and hopefully become a better person. So any of those books I would definitely recommend. And then I'm just cheating really quick to see if there are any other... Oh, Speak is a really good book that has a movie. Turnabout it. Speak is kind of like the original Me Too book, like way before Me Too was even dreamed of. I mean, I read that when I was in graduate school, like a decade ago.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, so basically the story is, and I'll flip this over to you because like I said, I read it a decade ago, but the basic story that is that this young girl was raped and she stops talking. And so it's a story, like literally she like goes silent. So you might want to check that out, see if you're interested in it. Yeah, so that's really good. If you like that book, I've got some more books to follow them for you. I hope I'm not overwhelming you. If you want to write any of these titles down, I feel like I've thrown a lot at you. But if you like Speak, one of my very, very favorite books is The Way I Used to Be. And the story there is there's a girl who has a normal, whatever that means, you know, a nice family life, everything's going well for her. She's got a mom, a dad, a brother. They all live together in one happy home. And the brother has a best friend. And the best friend is like part of the family. He's there for holidays. They love him like a son. And one night in between the 8th and 9th grade, the girl's 8th and 9th grade year, the friend comes and rapes her in her bedroom. And she is really, she doesn't know how to say anything to anybody about it because she really feels like, you know, if I tell my family, are they going to believe me, or are they going to believe him, and what would happen to the family? And so she just never really finds the way to like communicate that to anybody. And then the book is told in 4 years: freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year. And it is like kind of the story of her falling apart and then slowly getting back together. So I love that book. I love, like, that was just written last year. I plan to read that book with my own daughter when she's older, you know, before she comes to high school. So, but of course it is pretty intense, so, you know, I want to give you a fair warning about a lot. So I think I've got you a few books to start thinking about. And also know that, like, when you run out of these books, or when you read these books and you, like, either loved it or hate it, come back and let me know, because the more we keep the dialogue going, the more I'm going to be able, when a new book comes out and I read it, I'm going to be like, hey, you need to get this book. So, anyway, so, we talked about Speak, we talked about The Hate You Give, we talked about Dear Martin, Tyler Johnson Was Here. The Way I Used to Be, and then I'll just click the backspace button in case you want.
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
I think that was it. Oh, and then the Simon the Homo Sapiens.
Simon versus the Homo Sapiens. Alright, any questions for me?
Oh, not that I can think of. Just...
Alright, well, don't be a stranger. I really enjoyed chatting with you and getting to know you, and keep on with your equality for everybody. That makes me really proud for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.